Yes.
All right. So last episode we asked you a question. What was the first thing you stole? And you went into the chocolate.
Stole? We didn't say what.
Borrowed. Oh.
Acquired or borrowed.
Yeah. So what was the last thing you borrowed /
Last.
Oh man.
I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about.
Welcome to Breaking the Cycle podcast, episode number 4. We are doing part 4 of 17 things your kids are dying to know about you. And let's get into it. So
What was going on back here? What's so funny?
Nothing.
You guys are over here laughing.
Behind the scenes.
Because here's what happened. Is while we were getting set up, these two screwballs are back here screwing around. Not knowing that I went back there and hit record. So I might have to add some of the clips of the stuff that was going on before this episode.
If you guys want to see the behind the scenes, go to Tyson's YouTube channel, Freak Fit, and the behind the scenes YouTube short will be posted on there.
All right, so what's this episode going to be about?
This episode is going to be about 17 things your kids are dying to know about you. So
And so this is the 4th segment on this. So we've done 3 segments on this already. And how many questions have we gotten? You have the whole list of what we've done already, right?
We have 7 questions left.
Okay.
We did 10 questions already?
I'm very,
Holy
very,
crap.
very sorry, everyone.
So this is probably going to be 2 more episodes to finish off these 17.
I'm very, very sorry, everyone. But before we start, who wants a starting joke?
Oh, shoot. Here we go. What do we got?
What do you call? What do you give?
Why did you just whisper to her, I'm going to kill you? I heard that. You know this mic could pick up very sensitive sounds.
Because she's stealing my joke.
No, I found it.
I bet you could hear on her here. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
So anyway, what do you give to a sick lemon?
What do you get?
I'll let you stall.
What do you give to a sick lemon? Sour something. Sour, sweet and sour grapes, sour cough medicine. What's the question again?
Oh my god.
I said I'd let him stall.
Just say it again clear. What is it?
What do you give? What do you give
Go
to
ahead.
a sick lemon?
Don't try to give me hints. Don't try to what do you give to a sick juice? Orange juice. Lemon juice. Vitamin C. Give
You're
to a
on
sick lemon? Sunlight? Juice? Squeeze?
It was
Give me a hint. Don't give me the answer. Give me a hint.
Juice.
You were onto it with juice.
Orange juice? Squeeze juice? Sour juice? Juice? Give me another hint. Jeez.
It's juice. Lemon is in the answer.
Lemon juice?
No.
Lemon squeeze juice?
Oh my god.
Lemon is in the. What do you give to a sick lemon? Lemon's in the answer, and I'm on something with juice.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the answer because it's too late.
I failed.
First aid, lemonade.
Lemonade.
Oh, God.
Lemonade, like A-I.
All right. Don't
Don't
kick a man when he's down. So I got 0 out of 1 points. All right.
But I just did.
So we've had some very tough questions that they've had for me in the last 3 weeks, first 3 episodes of this, and I think we're onto something here with these questions. So we've started off this podcast as we redid this because we've done live videos a lot together, like many of them. But so we redid this as a podcast, and we thought the perfect way to do it was to do these 17 questions, which we thought at first was going to be 1 episode, and now it's turning into like 4 or 5 episodes. But I think even after that, you're not going to be out of questions. I think that's going to be a regular segment every week where you just have 1 question of the week for me. It'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
See, it's a good segment to have.
Question of the week.
Yeah.
I was
And
actually high-fiving him.
so after this, because that's not going to be all you want to know. It's going to be an ongoing thing. You want to keep knowing more and more after that, right?
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a good thing to add on, just like we have another hit for the nosebleeds, and I'll make sure we have those every week. We don't have one this week, unfortunately. Well, we have old ones that we're going to reuse, but this week, unless you want to do one, we could.
You know how I say we have another hit from the nosebleeds?
Yeah.
Tyson should say, here's our question of the week.
Wow, so you get the cool one, another hit, and he says, "Here's a question of the week." Like he gets like
Yeah,
that.
question of the week.
That sounds
Okay, so
real
then
fun.
I'll do both.
All right, so we got a joke out of the way. We gave the explanation of what's going on. What is this show about just in general? Just break them down. Just what is this, not this episode specifically, but this the overall show. What is it about?
Can I go first?
Breaking the Cycle is a podcast on how to be a positive male role model and lead your freak family by breaking the cycle and changing the trajectory of your family tree so that you become the type of man your son would want to become and the type of daughter the type of man
The type of daughter?
No.
Now, are you assuming my gender?
No. And the type
What do you
of
think so
man
funny about
your
that? I would
daughter
jab you with
would
this
want
tactical pen.
to marry.
As he's saying this, I'm just kind of looking around at what's back here. If you could see what's on the other side of this little wall here, like this is supposed to be like a bar where we turn it into a recording studio /
Like there's a wall
survival
here
chamber.
that makes his office, and that wall was never there, so this
This
used
is-
to be a bar.
There is so much gear
Some-
back here and survival stuff. There are magazines and knives and weapons and kukris and batteries and
It's
fire,
a kukri.
fire starters.
You used to call
Holy
it a
crap.
kukuriki.
And
Holy
there's
crap.
this thing.
Yeah, very important. I think it's
Of
from
this
the
thing.
from the mic. I don't know what that's from. All right, so let's go. Let's get going with the questions.
No,
No, there's no
he said-
joke. The joke's split up throughout the thing. Oh, the second part of the show. What do we got?
Second part of the intro. So these are the types of conversations you should be having with your kids so they can learn to think for themselves and are not afraid to be themselves when they are confronted with these life situations so they are not in shock and have an idea on how to approach it. I've
Excellent.
memorized that one.
Wow.
I'm gonna do the first question this time.
Okay.
All right, so what do we got? I'm sure you both know the question you're asking. Like you put some deep thought into this. These are like real good questions to have some good, deep, meaningful conversations on.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So last episode we asked you a question. What was the first thing you stole? And you went into the chocolate.
Stole? We didn't say what.
Oh, borrowed.
Borrowed.
Oh,
Acquired or borrowed.
yeah. So what was the last thing you borrowed /
Last.
Oh man.
stole?
That's a tough one. I can't even think of it. I'm looking around to see if there's anything that I've acquired. This is tough. I don't know if there is any. I can't.
There's too
The
much.
last thing you
I would never acquired. The last thing I acquired. Probably. I don't even know. Like we go.
Did you acquire anything after the Marines?
Like you go to a hotel and
You steal
Maybe-
the key card. Oh, whoops.
a key card. Actually, you guys have like a
Towels.
collection of key cards. You have towels, and you end up having towels because you
Mommy
wrap.
acquires
The snitches
towels.
end up in ditches. You might have your wet clothes from the pool like wrapped up in a towel, and you threw it in your bag, and you get home and you have some towels that you acquired, and then now you have extra towels for the gym. So maybe
Oh, we just went to a hotel a week ago.
maybe something like that, I guess. Or that's. Oh, here's a good one. I got it. I got it. It actually happened. Like, this was just. Is that where was the lights when the lights went out? That was in that hotel.
Oh,
Power outage. All right. So yeah, the day
Oh, I remember.
I had to speak that day.
Yeah, no.
No,
What was I
No,
doing?
that was
Oh, I had to get to the Squire program. So I had to wake up at like 3 a.m. We were at a 3-day event.
Oh, I remember.
I attended this
yeah.
first day. The second day, I had to leave the event to go do the Squire program, father-son program, where it's for sons 13 to 15, a rite of passage, a full-day experience that we run all around the country. And there's now different licensees around North Carolina and Arizona and Texas, and also our home base here in California, where we do these programs every few months. So if you have a son, father-son experience, send out a message and we can get you set up for the Squire program. So I had to leave, and I was speaking the third day of this event. So I had to leave the second day for the Squire program. I had to wake up at like 3 a.m. because I had to drive about an hour, and we were starting at 4:35 or 5, but I wanted to get there at least 30 minutes early, so I left at like 3:30. So I woke up at 3, or like 2:45 or something crazy. And there was a storm in Texas the night before. You guys remember that storm? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Lights went out. So I get there, 3 a.m., having to go, and we're on the what floor were we on?
20th.
20th floor. And so the elevators are out. Were the elevators out when you guys woke up?
Oh, yeah. They were out for almost the whole day, and then
They came
when
around 5
they
p.m.
finally turned back on at like 3 or 4 p.m., So we were in the hotel room, and we went to the elevator and we went to go open it because she had to go heat up her oatmeal, and it opened up, and we were standing there for like 2 minutes seeing if we should go into the elevator or go back into the room because we did not trust those things.
Imagine you get trapped
And
in
then
the
we
middle of
get-
the elevator on the
that'd be-
halfway up and it was
At
just
least
shut down.
At least we
That'd
had
be bad.
food. and
So here's
water.
what happened. So the elevator's dead. I have to get to the Squire program. I can't sit and wait. There's a phone. Every elevator has a phone, like for the maintenance phone. So I pick it up. I'm like, all right, let me ask. Maybe the elevator is broken. So I ask, like, yeah, sorry, the power's out. Elevator's down. I'm like, all right, copy that. Got to walk down the flight of stairs. I have 2 heavy backpacks. One on my back and one I'm carrying, and my little weapon pouch that I carry. So I have 3 bags on me. Has all my food and drinks and changes of clothes and shoes for the day because we get dirty and muddy at the Squire and it was going to rain maybe. So I have probably close to 30 pounds of shit probably with me. I had to go down the 20-something flight of stairs. I get to the bottom. I try to exit into the hotel. The door is locked. And now the door behind me closed. Now I'm locked in this little bottom thing on the bottom floor. I can't get outside. I can't get back into the hotel. So I go up 1 flight of stairs to the first floor and it's locked. I'm like, there is no way I'm walking back up 21 flight of stairs. Hell no. I'm like dripping sweat at this point because I have all this weight and I'm going really fast down because I want to make sure I'm early and not late to this event. I don't know if there's going to be traffic. You get a flat tire. I like to be places early.
And those stairs are big. It's like 3.
There was like something about it. I was going for like, it felt like I was already sweating and it
Like,
says,
when we were
and I was only on
running
the 15th floor going down. I'm like, what the frick?
I know those stairs. I think they like hypnotize you. Or something.
I was walking forever going down. It was and we've done much more stairs than that, but this one seemed long. So I get down there and I'm locked in. Luckily, actually, where's the other one? The two knives I happen to have on me. They happen to be right here. That's pretty odd. So there's this one is a good tactical fixed. Why am I showing that? Tactical fixed blade, and then my carry folding knife. Luckily, I had them both on me. I had to go and Jimmy open a door lock.
Shimmy.
Huh? Jimmy. You
Jimmy and Shimmy.
You Jimmy it open. And so I break into this door and I get inside and I'm in this big kitchen like back area of a ballroom. Like I guess where they prepare the food and prepare the gear.
I know where you were. You were by the bar that we got our cups from to heat up the oatmeal.
So I have to find my way out of here. I'm like, I got to get out of this damn place. I have an event to get to and I still have to drive an hour and all this other stuff. I don't really know where I'm going. So I'm finding my way through this whole kitchen, this back area, and I end up in this ballroom where it's all set up. They must have set up the night before, some event, all these tables and all these nice settings. And I'm dripping sweat. I'm like, you know what?
I
Maybe I
deserve
should-
a little reward.
Yeah. So they had all these fancy bottled waters, like with these electrolytes and all this stuff, like these like real nice bottled waters.
You should have left a note saying thank you.
So and then they had bowls of fruits. I got a banana and 2 of those bottles of water because I need to replenish my electrolytes after going down those stairs. I had to go perform, and I thought I may pass out. It was a health issue, so I was needed. But it's funny, I really couldn't think of a time, and it literally just happened.
They have.
It's just bananas and maybe apples. It might have been only bananas, but it was a good banana. And the
Were
water.
they like mommy bananas?
The waters
or
weren't
were they,
flavored, but it was like, you know the ones that they say they have the pH balance and all this like weird shit and minerals. It was like, that was a good water
Like boss
too.
water?
Yeah, the boss water.
So were the bananas like mommy bananas, or were they?
No, these were like perfect.
completely
These ones were
yellow?
Oh, we
perfect.
should've-
These were ready to
We
roll.
should have showed you the pictures of the Molly bananas.
Yeah, she needs them nice and overly ripe by about 3.5 months where they're pure mush and slime. So, as I thought I wasn't going to be able to think of something, look at that. That was, a week ago? And we have a whole story behind it. And I got some awesome water and a free banana out of it that I acquired. But, all right, maybe, is that wrong, really? I mean, think about it. Am I wrong for doing that? I kind of took this stuff that wasn't mine.
You're not wrong at all. I
but
would have done
you
the same
took-
thing.
But maybe I should have
But
gone
you
back and told them, hey, I took a couple bottles like later in the day. Thinking back, like the real right thing to do, maybe I should have done that.
But
I
you
don't know.
took. Maybe they
We're
know.
on camera, I gotta say that. So it's like we're teaching good lessons to the kids. I can't teach my kids to steal shit.
Yeah, but
But it is kind of true. I could have done
Yeah,
that.
you
Like if
could.
you really want to really be like overboard, like do the right thing, are they gonna miss 2 bottles of water and banana? No. The messed up thing is I was in such a hurry. They had all the waters. They were so perfectly lined. I took like 2 in the front, so in the front. Someone's going to come in the morning and the people are going to come in and whoever the person that was supposed to set up in the nighttime, the manager's going to get there for the morning shift, and they're going to call him up. I told you, this is me lined up. It is a mess. There's missing from the front. The bananas are all off center, and there's a missing banana from the bunch. Like, the people are going to walk in and see this ugly hole of the water pile that's missing the 2 bottles. It was good, though. It was good water.
So, with the water bottles, maybe not the bananas, but say the water bottles, say they knew everybody that was coming to the party or whatever.
And they only had enough?
Yeah, they only had enough. 2 people would be missing a water bottle.
They're going to be dehydrated because of me. I was going to die. I had to go down the flight of stairs. This was an emergency. This was a life or death situation.
It was better if one person
So
died
let me ask you
than
this.
two.
Let me ask you this. So
But
you
not
asked.
Daddy.
So you asked last week what was the first thing I acquired. Today you asked me what's the last thing I acquired. On the first thing, you might have known about that candy. I might have told you about the candy. Maybe not the
Yeah,
whole
you did.
story.
Not the whole story, though. But
All right. So when you asked this question today, did you think that there was going to be something, or I would come up with something, or you weren't sure? What did you think?
I thought it was
What did you
gonna
think was
be-
going to happen with that question?
I thought it was gonna be like right before you got into the Marines, like you stole something.
Oh,
and
that stuff was happening every day before the Marines.
you. Oh, whoops! I accidentally said the S word.
Acquired. We're
Acquired.
live. Hello. This is going out to millions and millions and possibly billions of people across the lands, and you're gonna
There's
throw
only 8 million people on Earth.
8 million. Do you hear this, doof?
There's only 8 million. How
How
could
could
you
you
get to billions?
not?
I am a failure as a home educator.
How could you get to 8 billion people?
So anyway.
if there's only 8 million people on planet Earth.
So yeah, before like
I just want to smack you in the face like really hard.
there was
right
stuff being acquired. We don't need to go into all that. There was stuff
Yeah,
being
yeah,
acquired
yeah.
on a regular basis when I was a teenager before the Marines, all the time, from cars, from houses, from stores, from my own jobs that I worked at, everything.
Wow, you were messed up.
What was your favorite thing that you acquired?
That's just
Oh man, you just want to
a long
ask.
question.
Yeah. So there's me and my friends when I was like after high school, before the Marines, was like a year and a half time period that was just pure freaking mayhem. Like that's why the judge said you're going to the Marines or you're going to jail, basically. So
Pure.
we would go out at nighttime on the weekend, or not even on the weekend, didn't matter. It could be a weekday. It's not like it mattered. We weren't going to school or anything. And scope, like you hear this all the time. People scoping out. I was one of those scumbags that you scope out houses and scope out cars. That was me. That's why I know what to look for when we see that stuff happening. We see those weird cars going by and all this other stuff. And you say, how do you know? Like, I was one of those scumbags. But we would peek inside cars. It looked like there's anything worth taking. What are you doing? Are you cracking your stinky ass toe knuckles while I'm talking? That's very distracting.
Ow.
So, see, you crack your knuckles. Now I lost track of the whole story. All right, if you need to crack your knuckles, you could excuse yourself and go crack those knuckles somewhere else because those feet stank. On top of that, so we'd scope the cars out, houses out. Usually more cars. We really weren't houses once in a while if you knew something was like it was worth going in there. But we'd look in the cars and we'd look for electronics, like back then with Walkmans or Discmans, with a CD player you had to put inside and play it and it would spin it, and that's
Like
how you
right
listen
now, if
to
someone-
one CD at a time. You could
If
put the
someone
thing.
sees like a phone or like a tablet in a car, it's like a
So
little
we
camera
saw
take.
in this one car, it was like a teddy bear, like this big. And this one guy I was with, like maybe his girlfriend was mad at him or something. He just saw the teddy bear. He's like, all right, we need to get that teddy bear. So we're going to break into this car for this freaking teddy bear. For a teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
So they thought they were like these high-class criminals. Like on a lawnmower, there's a thing called a spark plug. It's like this
Oh, yeah.
ceramic glass thing. Would you stop cracking your knuckles?
Yes.
I don't care about cracking knuckles, not when someone's talking.
Okay.
Jeez,
Yeah.
can you focus? So they said if you break this spark plug and it goes into these little tiny crystallized pieces, that you just have to flick it throw it at a car and it'll crack the window, and then it'll like and you could just like go through it silently and break it silently. So they thought they were like these like high level criminals, and so they do it and they throw it and it doesn't work. They throw it again and it doesn't work. Like, what's wrong with this? It really should be working. They thought they were like these super spy CIA like street like multi-millionaire criminals, and the shit ain't working. Right before that, we were in someone's backyard and took like some random tools, saw or a hammer or something. So I had some stuff on me. So I'm like, wait, I have an even better way of doing this. A real high tech way of doing this, even better than the spark plug. They're like, yeah, what's that? I pull out the hammer and break the window right open. It blasts and it makes such a loud noise, like a crashing noise. So we all run, go hide in the bushes. wait for about 10 minutes to see if anyone heard it. This is like 2, 3 in the
I want to do this.
Oh, great.
Sounds
I'm a
fun.
very good influence.
I want to acquire stuff.
I went to jail for this, by the way. So,
Oh.
yeah, if you want to do it, then go ahead. So, crash, not for this, but something I got. It's funny. All right, funny story. See, you ask these questions, and it goes down this whole hole.
Back to the teddy bear.
So, yeah, so the window's broken, big noise. We run and go hide in the bushes like 100 yards away to see, all right, did anyone hear it? Does any light switch on? 10 minutes, dead silent. The funny thing is, the police station's here, across the street, down the road. That's where we did it on. Literally like a 16th of a mile. 16th of a mile from a police station. So
Oh my God.
no one called the cops, but we knew where the woods were. We'd be able to run into the woods and get away. It was, whatever. We were good. So no one came out. It's like, all right, let's go get the damn teddy bear. This dude's girlfriend is mad at him. He's going to go get her a little teddy bear. Not little, it was big teddy bear. We go in there to get the teddy bear.
And it's not there.
No, it's there. We get it. And he takes it.
There's
But
a
we
bomb inside.
start fiddling around. We hit the mother load. It was like a jackpot. There was a little CD player thing in there. There was a
In the
bag.
teddy bear?
No, in the car, just underneath, like under junk, under jackets. There was a bag filled of like 30 or 40 music CDs, like back then CDs, like whatever. So got a bag of those. In the trunk, we saw when we were doing that, this speaker, they're called woofers, this big speaker, like when you play, it shakes the whole car. It was in there. And so we're running down the street with this bag. Me, and I'm the only white kid in the crew. So it's me and my black friends running down the street, one hugging a teddy bear, one holding a bag of CDs, one with electronics, and me with this big speaker. It's like 50 pounds, like this massive speaker, like boom, 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 like the one in the garage, but like
It sounds like
twice
that
as no, it's
cartoon.
not playing. So
It's in the garage.
that speaker, no, like the one we have in the garage,
Oh.
that like DJ speaker, like
you-
two of those. And you're playing in a small car. Imagine playing in a small car that loud and that powerful. Literally, your windows, which you shake and you see your windows vibrating when you put it all
people
the way up.
did that on YouTube. I saw one time. And
So we installed that into my car, my 1988 Ford Mustang. They asked in one of the previous questions, or one of the previous ones about the first car. We got arrested for something else another time, and that speaker was in my car, and the cops took it out thinking it was stolen. And they said, we're running this to see if it's stolen. They ran it, checked it, no one ever reported it stolen, which is weird. And so they gave it back to me. The cops took that speaker from, I got arrested for something else, and I was in my car and I got arrested. They took the speaker out, and it cost like $150 to get that thing whole installed. They had to have like an amplifier and all these wiring through the thing. They just ripped it all out, checked it, and like, here, you can take it back. It's not stolen. I'm like, well, what about, that's your problem. Like, that's how but I deserved it because I was an ass. But think about it. If I was just really a purely innocent kid and they did that kind of stuff, think how messed up that is. They ripped the thing out when I just had it installed, and now I had to go pay to get it reinstalled again. I think I didn't. I think I just sold it at that point because I was like, whatever, I'm getting rid of this thing. But they gave it back. But you know what that told me?
wow.
That shit was stolen in the first place. That's what I thought. That's how I justified it. Like, think about it. Those people didn't report their car getting broken into and told the cops what got stolen out of their car. When they woke up in the morning, they saw their window bashed in. Wouldn't they say
Maybe they never
this big
woke
speaker,
up.
so that it was not reported stolen? They checked the serial numbers, nothing, whatever, and they gave it back to me. And that was like maybe a couple. That was a couple months later because we already had it installed and used it for a while. That thing was pretty cool. So that speaker was the favorite thing, and the story about it too, with their little high-tech little things and that.
Wait,
My
do you
favorite
know
was a
what happened to the
teddy
teddy bear? Do you know what happened to the teddy bear?
Does that guy's girlfriend still have it?
What the frick? I don't know. This was literally, I was 17, 18, long ass time ago. Who knows?
Wow.
All right. So there's a long ass answer to your question.
And that came from, what was the most expensive thing you stole? I thought it was from another
No, the
country.
last thing.
Jackson, you said it.
Most expensive? Well, that's the same question. Why are all your questions about like, geez, you guys are just
Sorry.
hanging me out to dry about what did you steal? What did you do this?
Wait, was that?
You just spit and then you spit.
What
on
did
it.
you acquire?
Acquire? What did you
What was
acquire?
that? Was that the most?
I don't know.
Cause that'd take. I thought we were asking that question, but it was the favorite. Midge asked you favorite.
Was my
That
price.
wasn't
That
even
probably
one.
might be it. I did like some watches and shit like that, some electronics, maybe something like that. Might have been more expensive than the speaker, but the speaker was up there, definitely.
Okay, so that we knocked out a few questions there.
These are all telling these stories. Let's make this clear. To give lessons on what not to do, the wrong things to do,
Yes.
how you head down the wrong path, and all this other stuff.
Yes,
So-
do not
cycle.
Breaking the cycle, exactly.
We're talking about things
Good
you want
point.
to break.
All right, what do we got next? What do we
I
got?
bet he
Joke?
broke a lot of things he wanted
got a
to
thing?
acquire.
Oh, I'll do a joke.
You did the lesson?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go. Let's hear it.
I'm pretty sure I didn't ask this one.
Let me get my scorecard out because I'm going to get 1.5 points on this one. What do you got?
Which state has the most roads?
He did this.
What?
Which state has the most roads?
He did this.
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh,
Wait, say it again because I can't tell what the last word you're saying.
which state has the most roads?
Look that you drive.
Roads? Spell it, please.
ROADS.
All right, now start counting, please. I don't know if you said Rose, ROWS. You have like this hillbilly accent. I can't tell what you're saying. Which state?
Try
Now
it
stop.
out.
You can't be clacking that because no, start over because that's like very distracting. What happened to your middle of your finger? Your palm?
It's just from lifting it.
Lifting weights and pull-ups. I'm trying to distract you. Try to think of an answer.
Oh.
And you fell
Stop.
for it. Stop. You can't put that in my face. It's very distracting. I
I'm
can't.
counting.
I have to focus. Stop. You can't put it in my face. I can't look. What state has the most roads? A crossroad, interstate highway. What
Which
state?
state?
I know, but an interstate is a road. It's a highway. Roads? Rhode Island.
Bingo.
Bam. That's a point. Not 1.5. That's a point. So I'm one
You said you'd get one.
out of 2. Nice. Rhode Island. That was pretty good. That I came up with that.
Yes, I do.
Good.
I came up with that. It was pretty good that I got that. It's hard because there's 50 states to think of. I don't know how it just clicked. All right. What's your next question?
All right.
Can I click the next?
No, you did it. You did the favorite one / expensive. So I'm gonna go. Did you take any meds as a kid?
You did this one, didn't we?
Nope.
But somehow we talked about that tooth at that time. Did we talk about it when I had my tooth taken out? Or maybe I told you in person.
I don't remember.
When I was a kid, the only medication I took as a kid, and it still affected me, I didn't take medication anymore, was like stuff that makes you not get car sick. And it's just like, you know how you take like cold medicine? It's like that. It's like you just buy it at the store. It's not like a prescription. I never took a prescription drug
Ever?
in my life until I was 30. How old are you? 35 maybe? 30. How old were you when you were 3? I must have been what, 36, 37?
35.
Till I had had to get a tooth
think.
pulled out.
Yeah, 35.
So it was only a prescription drug, like aspirin, but just a prescription high level of aspirin. You know, like regular stuff you buy, but like a high level of it. That's all it is when you go get it. You can only get it in that high level. It's the same as probably if you took 3 or 4 of those, I guess, like that you buy in a store. And that was when I was like 30. That was the first time I ever took any.
Prescription drug?
Were you right over there? You look like you're taking that. First time I ever took any prescription
meds?
drug.
The
Or
first
any,
time.
I never took medicine even. I don't even believe in it. I don't even believe in it now. Like if I have a headache, if I get an injury, if I get hurt, an injury, 100-pound weight falls on your pinky and I want to go work out, maybe I would consider taking like ibuprofen or whatever those acetaminophen, those like aspirin, Tylenol, because it's an injury that you can't do anything about. But if I just have a headache that just came about, I don't believe in taking medicine for it. Like medicine, what is a painkiller going to do for a headache that I got because I didn't sleep enough, or because I didn't drink enough water, or because I ate too much crappy food or sugar, or didn't eat enough? Like there's a reason for that headache. So I'm going to undo the reason and learn my lesson and deal with that damn headache and unscrew it up and learn my lesson to not let that happen again. Like that's the way I think of headaches, even nowadays, even as an adult. But an injury, I hurt the shoulder in jiu-jitsu, but I want to go work out. I think a couple times I might have taken just a regular Tylenol stuff when I went to go work out, because it's a actual injury that nothing could have prevented. You know what I mean? Like, you know, make sense? Make sense? So before that, the only time, I wouldn't even go to the doctor. I went to the doctor at one time and they thought I was nuts because I used to pretend I was sick a lot of times to not go to school. I would say I had a stomach ache. Earache was my go-to. Because like an earache, I figured if you have a stomach ache, they're not going to let me eat food. And when you stay home from school and you have the day off, you want to eat like a bunch of junk food and whatever. So I came up with an earache. That was like my main go-to thing, that I had an earache.
I had a bad earache.
Because I wanted to eat junk.
Poland.
Because I might have had it once, a real earache. And when I did, I realized, I can still eat whatever I want. I just have an earache. So I'm going to have to sleep and I have to rest and I get to still eat whatever I want. But if you say you have a stomach ache, just eat crackers and soup. Like, what the frick? I'm staying home from school. I want to eat like all kinds of junk while I'm staying home from school. I want to have some fun. So I said I had an earache, and I used that one too many times. So my mother brought me to the doctor. One of the only times I could ever remember going to the doctor ever in my whole childhood. And they started asking about the earache, and I had to like not let them know that it was like kind of I was making it up half the time. So you know when your heart rate's really up and you feel your heart rate? If you lay on a pillow, you can hear your heart rate in your ear. Mm-hmm. So I tried to think, all right, how can I explain it? So I said, well, it's like when I lay down, it's weird, and it feels like there's little people jumping up and down inside my ear. I told the doctor that. And they probably, shit, if it was nowadays, they would have put me on like some serious mental medication, like drugs.
I understand you.
Because they would have thought I was nuts. But no, medication was the only time when I had a tooth pulled. I was with you. You weren't even born yet. I had to have a tooth pulled at like 30. We had the gym open. And they ripped the tooth out. I'm like, all right, whatever. It doesn't really, they give you the Novocaine, you know, the stuff to make it numb. I'm like, all right, it feels fine. He's like, well, just go straight to the pharmacy and get this painkiller because it's going to wear off and it's not going to feel good after it wears off. I'm like, I'll be fine. I went back to the gym, trained someone at the gym where your tooth, like, just got this tooth taken out. I had to go make some damn money. Trained an hour session. He said it's going to wear off in an hour. I'm like, oh, I'm still fine. I was done for the day. I was leaving with you. You were like still in like a car seat and all that stuff, like a baby. And I'm starting to drive home thinking, I'm fine. I'm not going to go get this. I never used any medication in my life. I'm not going to the pharmacy. I don't even know how to get a prescription. I don't even know how to pick up a prescription because I've never done it. Either. So I thought you just would walk in. So I'm driving home.
Mommy, for some reason, she knows how to do that stuff step by step.
She's like, she gives them her birthday and the name. And she's like, she already even knows the names, but she obviously mispronounces them. I'm the only one who doesn't mispronounce them.
Oh, wow. So I don't even know the process like that, and it screwed me because I'm driving home, and we had like a 15-minute drive home. We're about 3 minutes from home, and that shit, it was already an hour of the work. Well, I got back from the dentist. I trained someone for an hour, hung out at the gym for a few minutes, drove home 15 minutes. That shit wore off. After that time, it's done. It started feeling, my head felt like a balloon. This thing is like throbbing, and I have to drive the car, and like I can hardly see the eye because it's just so much like all up in here because this thing wore off after all this time and I didn't go. So I'm like, oh shit, let me go get the prescription. And so I drive to the CVS that was right down the street from our house and when we lived in New York.
Oh, wait, was it by the old?
So I'm like,
Suffering.
No, this was in Thiels or Pomona, whatever. There's a ShopRite that has CVS right there. No, in our house. When we had the house.
Oh.
Right in that shop. With the ShopRite and... So I go inside and I'm like, yeah, I need here's my prescription. I need this. I'm like, yes, finally, I'm going to get relief. This is like throbbing. I give them the piece of paper for the prescription. I thought you just give it to them. They hand you some pills. It's like, oh, great. You can come back in about 45 minutes, an hour, and it'll be ready for it. I'm like, what? I'm like, are you serious? This thing is like this. And I'm with a little kid. She's like, that's the way it works. She's like, you never got a prescription before? I'm like, nope. So I had to wait another hour. I went to go sit out in the car, and I'm trying to like focus to make it go away. And I remember this happening. If I ever see this motherfucker again, oops, I'm not supposed to curse in this show. It's a kid's show. If I ever see this guy again, we're sitting in the car, I'm with you. You're a little baby. I'm in like severe, like head is ready to explode. I don't know if when I got out of the car, I got in the car, maybe when I didn't bump into the car, maybe I got close. There was a car parked next to me. And this guy starts threatening me. This little weasel, this little street, little ghetto weasel, like skinny little string bean, starts threatening me. He's with his girlfriend in the car. Like, you know, if I was with you and someone did something in a car next to us and I want to threaten them, but I'm going to talk to you about it. Oh, he's like saying to his girlfriend, this mother effer, something, I'll kick his dad. It's something that I was like getting too close to the car, something. He was like, I just ignored it. I'm like, I'm with a kid. My face is like all swollen and bleeding. I just ignored this guy, but he's lucky he picked the right day to be doing that because the old me, that would have been a different story. But anyway,
the old me.
Wait, so the first time I had a prescription was when I was 8 years old, so around a year ago. Or not even a year ago, a few months ago, because I just turned 9.
Oh, yeah, we did get a prescription.
She's not talking or anything.
Sorry.
So, I forgot what it was called. It was a really long name, and it started with the letter CH, but it was because,
You know every prescription that starts with the letter CH? You know that's what the B means? Cuckoo kids. So what was it for? Why did you need a prescription?
We were on an RV trip, and we have one of those RVs where there's like a bed on top of the driver's seat and the co-pilot seat. That's what we call it anyways. But so me and Tyson
chassis. chassis.
Me and Tyson both sleep up in the bunk over the cab. That's what it's called. Anyway,
Get to you're worse going off the topic than I am.
so Tyson had this weird disease on his toes, and I guess he spread it to me. And then in the middle of the night, I remember waking up and feeling a bunch of these little needles like throbbing in two of my toes. And then there was this whole entire it was going around my toe. There was this piece of hard skin that was
the skin started
kind of like a cracker.
All right, you're gonna make the 7 listeners out there that are listening to this freaking vomit.
Really crunchy.
I mean the billions. You're gonna make them vomit. There's gonna be 7 billion people vomiting across the lands.
You mean
So once we got
million?
Doof.
So once we got back from the RV trip, I had to keep putting this pain-killing cream on it, the antibacterial cream, and meanwhile I had this scar that I still have now. It was still open, so I had to put gauze around that.
I mean, that same time that you had the stuff in the jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
on the leg too, because you saw the stuff in your jiu-jitsu,
I
and then they
have
checked your feet
scars
also.
All over
Yeah,
me.
some stuff from jiu-jitsu, from grappling, the mats
We
and
both
whatever.
got it.
We both got on our legs.
Yeah, so the skin started.
But that was
peeling.
different than the stuff on your foot,
Yeah.
right?
I was talking.
Yeah, that was different.
So I just had to deal with it for the rest of the RV trip. And good thing it was towards the end of the RV trip, or at least I think it was. So once we got back, Mommy, she went online and she started researching about it, and she found she was talking with some doctor online, and he gave us a prescription. So we went to the pharmacy and we picked it up. It was oral, so I injected it the first time into my mouth, and I'm like, ew!
That stuff.
It was
half as bad as your drink.
That's nasty. All right, is that the end?
no.
That's,
So we had to take it for a few months, and then
Few months?
maybe
No, it must have been 2 weeks or 10
By the
days.
time it was done, it was 3 months.
There's no way you had a
we picked
prescription
it up twice again
medication.
after that.
Oh, maybe because you still had funk foot.
Yeah, we did. So
Yeah, by the time it
We
was
had it
totally
for a
over,
few
it was
months.
3 months.
Jesus.
So we had it for around 2 months. So Mommy finally decided that she's gonna bring us to the doctor, and I didn't really feel good about going to this doctor. Not because it was a doctor. Either way, just in general, I don't like going to doctors. But I don't mean to talk down to this.
Watch your words. What?
I didn't want to go because the doctor's office was called Number C.
Number
C?
The person who had the doctor's office had dyslexia or something.
Number C. Anyway, no one likes doctors. You know how screwed up what kind of job it is. Even a dentist.
Bitch,
All day you have people coming there that just hate you and don't want to see you and
I
are
know.
miserable, worst
Why
part of
would
their
you-
day, and they have to deal with you as a dentist. All right, but let's keep it rolling. We gotta keep.
No, I wasn't done. So when we went there, I told stop flicking me. So I told the guy, because nobody else knew how to pronounce it correctly, so I told the guy what we were taking. I don't remember it now anyways. So I told our doctor what we were taking, and he's like, oh, you guys can't take that anymore. That was only for the beginning part or whatever. So he took a look at this card too, and at the end, he prescribed us new medication. We went to the pharmacy, we picked it up, and right then, still in the pharmacy, like we did when we picked up our first prescription, we tried it. It was pink.
Is this the long version of this story or the short version?
You're breaking my brain.
Do you want the long version?
Oh my God! This is the short version. We still have another question to get. No wonder this 17 questions has taken 17 shows. We still have another joke and a question to do, and we gotta wrap it up in the next couple minutes.
So it was pink, and I'm like, this one might be better. So I took the first dose, and I'm like, this is delicious. It was bubblegum flavored.
Delicious.
It was bubblegum flavored, and by the time we were done with the whole entire thing, and it was healing on its own, and we didn't need any more medication, I'm like, I want to keep taking this. It takes so much.
So you got addicted to bubblegum Pepto-Bismol. All right, next story. Next, one more question. Let's make it a quick one.
Okay.
Or a joke. What do you
I
got?
want to do a joke.
Go,
Finish
quick.
off.
One more.
Finish
See
off,
if I can break this, get above the line.
What do you call a person with a book in their pocket?
Pocketbook. Bag lady. Person with a book. Bookworm. Book nerd. A person with a book in their
I
pocket.
don't even know this answer to it.
Book in their pocket? A pocketbook. A purse. A man
Just
purse.
like a book? Like what kind of book? Just like
Read,
so if you
a
have,
worm, bookworm,
so
pocket worm. Stop talking. What do you do? He's interrupting me. You should have to start over.
yeah,
He
start
keeps
over.
talking.
Okay.
Say the question one more time.
What do you call a person with a book in their pocket?
Is this figure outable?
I don't know. I don't even know the answer.
Stop talking.
Sorry.
It's not for you to learn. You should already know it. You guys don't show each other your jokes because you're afraid you're going to steal them.
One of
Person
them
with a
I
book in their pocket. A librarian. Give me a hint. Oh, I got it. Give me a hint. Damn it.
It's kind of like a kiddie word that people usually don't use.
think I know what it is.
It's usually used for nerds. Nerds, little kid nerds use it.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Book. Geek. Dweeb. Weasel. Nerd. Turd. Those are what we used when I was a kid. I don't know that we heard that.
Now the generation,
Now-
if you said nerd in school, there's like detention for a week, then you're suspended for a week, and then
For saying nerd,
yeah.
when I was a kid, there was a teacher calling mother effers nerds. She'd be like, "You're a nerd." She's like, "All my nerds, the nerd group, come over here, and the rest of you dumb kids go over there."
If you said that, there'd be crying everywhere.
We had a
There would be-
substitute
you'd get
teacher
expelled.
one time.
You'd get expelled.
We had a substitute
arrested.
teacher one time that was like, my generation was already sort of not too bad, but the generation before mine,
It was bad.
they brought a substitute teacher from that generation. She was like 70 or 80 years old, this old lady. This kid was talking, and she had to tell him a second time to stop talking when she was talking. She made him stand up and hold an encyclopedia out with his arm, like a big fat encyclopedia, like that thick of a book. And if his arm bent a little bit, you know what a yardstick is? Like a 3-foot wooden ruler.
She'd smack him?
Until he straightened it back out in front of the whole class. And this went on for a couple minutes. You're not gonna stop talking? You learned a lesson? In front of the class, he stood in front of the class and held out an encyclopedia in his arm. And if it bent,
Did the principal know about this?
they didn't care. That was just the way. I mean, she was a little. That was definitely not a normal thing in my generation, but that's how what it was like the generation before. But teachers saying nerds or dumb or stupid or shut up.
Teachers don't. They're like,
happen.
"Hey, sweetie, don't talk."
And that's the
If that
problem.
happens
That's the
again, I'll
problem
give you a
nowadays.
chocolate bar."
That's the problem nowadays. Like, would you kids over there shut? Like, literally, the teacher. I might be sort of exaggerating a little bit. I'm not really for sure, but like, the nerds go over there. Like,
The teacher would say that.
I'm pretty. I may be off a little bit. I don't
They
know.
would
But
say bad
there's
words.
like
my point is, it's a different
They would
time.
say the A
We did
word.
asses up. They played asses up with us. The game where you're pegging people in the back of the head and
They
with
don't
a
even
tennis
allow.
ball.
They don't even allow you to play dodgeball anymore.
Jeez.
Dodgeball is forbidden.
All right, so we gotta wrap this episode up. But is there a question that could be a quick one? Do you have any one that would be quick? I know there's almost no such thing as a quick one with us.
Nope.
So we'll save the rest of those questions for the
Yeah,
next
we got
episode.
3 more
I
questions.
We'll wrap
had
this
a really
up.
quick question about the school, but I forgot what it was.
Well, that doesn't make very good podcasting. You let us know in the next episode if you come up with
Yep,
that.
and
It's not a
we'll-
plan.
And we'll put you can only really see that little skit behind the scenes on YouTube. So if you want to see that little skit, you could go to my YouTube channel or go to
My YouTube channel.
It's gonna be posted on yours.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. Anything you want to tell the fine people before we finish off here?
No excuses.
You know if someone doesn't know what you're saying, they have no clue what you're saying.
No excuses. And also.
No excuses.
And also, if you could smash that subscribe button, click the notifications bell,
So you
share
never miss out
on any new videos, share, comment with your pets, family, goats, whatever you want to share with.
And like the video.
That was very dramatic.
And like
And we will see you next time. This has been episode number
4
of Breaking the Cycle
Breaking the Cycle
Cycle.
podcast. We'll see you next time. In case no one told you yet today, you are freaking awesome. No excuses.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never